Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're good, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. I'm Adeyemo, a YouTuber from Lagos, Nigeria. I film about family, faith, and lifestyle. So consider subscribing if this is one of the content you're looking for. Don't forget to like, share. Also, welcome. So today we're gonna be talking about effect of being raised by a single parent. There are different things that can cause being raised by a single parent. There are different things that leads to single parenting. We have death, we have surrogates, and we have divorce. So it varies from person, and we also have premarital birth. So it varies from persons to persons. I was raised by a single parent, and I know what it takes and what we actually went through during this process. But the thing there is, we don't get to choose the hands we are given. We get to choose what we do with these hands. See your challenge as a blessing. There's this saying that says, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade out of it. So because you're at a disadvantage today, it doesn't mean that should affect your life. See it as a blessing. See it as a way to stand up in that situation. Make a success story out of it, because society, oh my goodness, has a way of making you feel comfortable with your excuse, and it makes you feel like, oh, it is right what you're doing at that particular time. You don't have a choice, you make that decision for yourself. Excuses for people or for kids that are raised by a single parent. You get to hear ridiculous things. Okay, imagine a teenage girl get pregnant, now you get to hear things like, oh, it's because her mom wasn't around to be there for her. There was no motherly figure in her life, or there was no fatherly figure in her life to correct her or to discipline her. Or you hear things like, oh, imagine a young man or a teenage boy does something really bad. You hear things like, oh, it was because his father was never there. I'm not saying these factors are not real, but we still get to choose the actions and the things we'll do. I was going through statistics, because the country, it was hard checking statistics for my country, but going through statistics of the United States, and I saw different things. I saw things like, I think 85% or 80% of rapists are raised by single parents. I'm like, how to say how does it have to do with single parenting? You choose to raise. It is a thing of a choice. I saw things like, oh, a child that's raised by a single parent is possible to repeat first grade or fourth grade. I'm like, okay. You see different things like, oh, a child that is a boy that is being raised by a single parent is possible to have emotional breakdown. Even girls, like, you get to hear different things. 90% of homeless kids are from fatherless children. You hear things like 85% of those in prison are from single parents. And the one that really struck me, and I can see happen, and it's happening already, being raised by a single parent, it is of high percentage that the lady herself will do the same by giving birth, and I'm raising a single child. So I went through the statistics, and it is like everywhere. I'm not blaming anybody for their actions, but the thing there is, this thing is like everywhere. So we need to come to the attention, we need to come to the realization of the fact that, okay, this is what is happening around me. I must watch and be careful not to go in that direction. If you've not taken that step, this is a time for you to make that decision, to call yourself back from taking that step or from going into that direction. One thing I want you to know is, our life have a way of going in the direction of what it says. But because our parents are actually gone into that direction, that doesn't mean we don't have a life for ourselves. Let's talk about Judgment Day. On Judgment Day, we're going to be judged separately. There's not going to be treatment for those that are raised by single parents, or, oh, because you were raised by a single parent and you ended up having a single family, it disrupted your relationship with God. So cases like that won't happen. Cases like that won't be excuses. So we should call ourselves back to action, that, okay, these problems, these mistakes that were made by our parents, oh, I'm not going in that same direction. oh, what do I need to do not to go in this direction? You need to bring yourself back. You need to call yourself back at this point. If you're being raised by a single mother, for ladies, you need to ask yourself, if you're being raised by a single father, for a guy, you need to ask yourself, okay, oh, my relationship, this is not affecting my relationship to ladies. And oh, it's just, you need to ask yourself different questions. You need to sit yourself down. You need to ask yourself questions like, oh, I'm raised by a single mother. For a guy, oh, okay, how do I see, like, oh, this fatherly figure is not being absent in my life? And aside that, for a man who does not have a father figure, what you need to do is, first, you need to pray to God about it and have someone in your life that you like you see as a model. For a guy that's been raised by a single parent, look for a man that has a happy family and model your life after that person. Same thing as a lady, because you're being raised by a single mother, there's like 90%, or let me say there's like 80% guarantee that you might actually want to go into that direction. But what you need to do is look for someone that has a successful marriage and model your life after that person. Because when things happen, you have this mindset of, okay, I can do it myself. I don't need a man in my life to do this. And for a man that doesn't have a woman in his life that will mother, still the same thing. Look for, because before you know it, you start seeing ladies as irrelevant. You start seeing ladies as, oh, okay, I can live a life without them. My father raised me without. So you need to look for, it's still the same thing for everybody. Look for a family or someone that has a successful marriage that you can model your life after. Ask questions, watch, and God will definitely guide you. And one thing you need to know is, you need to know what you are up against. And this is the same thing for anybody that has been raised by a single parent. You need to come to the realization, okay, this is what I'm up against. You need to come to the realization of your problem. Then will you get cured? So you need to, for everybody that is raised by a single parent, whichever factor is surrogate, death, separation, divorce, like different things, you need to know that, okay, I am up against this thing. It is possible for my life to go towards this direction. And this thing, if care is not taken, it keeps happening, and we keep repeating this generation after generation. Because we are raised by a single parent, or because you are raised by a single parent, that doesn't mean your life shouldn't go in the direction the same way someone is that's raised by both parents. Here, I'm not saying yes, there are things that weigh you down. I'm not saying there are things I'm not saying these factors are not real. But the thing there is, we get to choose at some point that there's a time where we can call ourselves back when we're going in that particular direction, in the direction that it is not where we should go. You need to ask yourself questions like, okay, where am I lacking? I hope I'm not going in the direction of my parents. Like I said, read books, read good books. And I'm still going to say it, have a family you model your life after. I'm not saying you should go on social media, because social media, you see different kind of lives, you see fake lives and all that. Like a real family that have a marriage that works. There are people around that have maybe 35 years experience in this marriage thing. Just model your life after them. Seek advice from them, because when you have knowledge of something, you are way ahead of that thing. So you need to come to the realization of the fact that, okay, this is what happens, this is what is happening in my life, and my life is actually going towards this direction. Whichever thing we do, whichever decisions we make, I want you to know it still comes down to our personal decision. Of the one that really got my attention is the one of rapists. How will you say, okay, yes, the statistics is saying that 80% of rapists are from single parent, but still the decision is your decision. It's a decision you have in your mind to make. So please, let's try as much as possible to live a life for ourselves and to make positive things come out of our experience, make positive things come out of our challenges, to make our challenges a blessing for us. So what you need to do is set a goal for yourself. Okay, this is the life my mom lived. This is the life my father lived. I want to live a different life. I want to live a different life outside that. And if it's the situation of death, you have to ask yourself, okay, what are the things that I'm falling back at now? What are the things that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to do, that is of the effects that I don't have a father? So you need to sit yourself down and go through that process. Have that discussion with yourself and make good and positive thing come out of it. The Holy Spirit will definitely guide you. For ladies that are yet to be married, you have a long way to go. Invest in yourself. Like I said earlier, read books, listen to sermons, have a family you model your life after, seek advice, and God will definitely see you. Same as for guys, and it's the same thing for both persons. We need to come to the awakening that this battle is not just for us, it is for the generations to come. So what if you fight it and you try your best, channel your energy towards this and fight it for your own self? You'll be amazed that it won't repeat itself. You'll be amazed that it's a generational battle you are fighting, and God will definitely see you through this process. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye, guys. Of I% Tito. Hey. 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 Adìyẹ ṣe ti ọlọ́dẹ today. What's all this? Devil, you're a liar. You are a liar. This video, I'll finish at the end.